Continue the proof from the previous question by matching the correct statements to the indicated blanks. Okay, so we're still continuing that proof, so I can still use this paragraph proof. I'm going to jump to where I see like this first squared, the CB squared. And I'm noticing that they have CB squared, and in here they have it listed as BC squared. Remember that distances are the same whether you start at the last and move to the right, left and move to the right, or whether you start at the right and move to the left. That distance is the same. So they're just, again, like I said, they're switching the labels so it's not as noticeable that this is an exact same proof. So I'm looking for this ratio, BD divided by DC. And I actually am noticing that this one has BC divided by BD, and the subtle difference is that BC is in the numerator and BD is in the denominator on here, and ours are opposite. This is BD in the numerator and BC in the denominator. So I just know that I'm going to be switching these two so that this one matches. So I'm going to be looking for BC because this one's in the denominator, and in ours it'll be in the numerator. BC divided by AB. And again, remember, that's just because I noticed that BC is in the denominator in ours and it's in the numerator in theirs. BD is in the numerator in ours and BD is in the denominator in theirs. So I switched these so it would line up the same ratio. So this would be BC divided by AB. I see this is divided by AB and this is CB. Again, remember CB is the same side length as BC. So there's our ratio, and then we can also write the ratio of AC divided by AB is equal to blank, which can also be rewritten as, so I'm just scanning, and noticing that right here this is AC squared, which is what was written right there. And then if we scroll further, this is AC divided by AD, and this is AC divided by AB. So this one's not set up the same identically, so we're going to use some context clues on this one. So I'm noticing that this is AC squared, and that in the previous one right here, this blank is CB divided by AB. That's going to equal, if I wrote this whole statement out, BD divided by BC. So I'm just using these context clues to notice that this CB squared, again, remember BC can be written as CB, so this could be written as CB, and that'll help us see this more clear. I'm just noticing that that ends up as CB squared, and there's a relationship CB, one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. So using that context clue, I know this has an AC right there in the numerator, so I know this one. Using that context clue or pattern, that one's going to have it in the denominator. And then the other context clues, I'm noticing that this is AB times BD, and AB is right here and BD is right there. So they're, again, denominator and numerator. And noticing right here we have a denominator AB, and that matches up right there. And so the one we're missing is AD. And that's how I would use these context clues, since this one doesn't match up perfectly. So when we're looking for AD divided by AC. Oh, this, that ought to be for blank 1. Blank 2 is AD divided by AC. Alright, so then for this last one, says by factoring CB squared plus AC squared equals blank. So then if we looked, I would notice that says if we factor the right side of this equation, we get blank. And noticing that BC is the same thing as CB, just the labels are written different. It's still representing the same side length. AC squared is the same thing as AC squared. And this blank, let's see if we have everything in this statement before. We have AB times BD, AB times BD, and we have AB times AD. AB times AD. So these are the exact same statements. So this statement right here is going to be what this blank 3 looks like. So it's going to be AB times, well, this is our only option, times BD plus AD. So BD is right here, plus AD. That's okay. That's a completely okay mathematical switch. You can switch the order of things that are being added together. So that's how I would answer this question using this as an example and some context clues.